Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to show you how I power my camper van. By the way, I've got my two children with me this time, so they'll probably be taking piss out of me halfway through recording, won't you? Anyway, shut up you. Yeah, this is how I power my camper van. So stop looking at me. Right, so I did start off with this. Now, the EcoFlow River, it's the old one. I bought it a couple of years ago now. And this, let me just put that there so I can see what's going on. I'll get right into it. I'll get into doing all this because we know people's have all got TikTok brain now and they can't concentrate on anything for any more than 15 seconds. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm not going to show you a picturesque view outside or walking with sheep or some kind of, his Rhino man is looking after that for me. We're just going to get into it. So the EcoFlow River, which to be fair, it served me very, very well. It's not very powerful though. That's the only problem. It's about the power of 4 of them 6 amp hour Makita batteries. It's like roughly the same power as 4 of them. So what's that? My math's terrible. What's that? 24 amp roughly, which, as you know, in the even like for a weekend warrior, that's not a lot of power. For a van lifer, that is just rubbish. But I mean, it does come in. I've used it for the last couple of years in here, and we've been camping all that place, haven't we? And it's actually been all right. I mean, I have had solar panel. I've got solar panels on roof, so it does charge it up. But at night, we have to be very stingy with electric. You probably already know how these things work, so I really don't have to explain that much. Apart from, you know, it's got its USBs, cigarette. That powers the diesel heater, believe it or believe it not. 10 amps comes through that, which powers my diesel heater, and it says it's an 8 kilowatt. I don't think it is, but anyway, I think the cell same inside anyway. So yeah, so we got here. You can see we charge it with solar panel, AC. It's got a little trip switch on there as well, and sockets at that side. Rhino man's just committed suicide. Anyway, Rhino man, you can go back over there. Thank you for protecting this. So this was my recent purchase. It's bending the table, I know, because they're heavy. So hopefully it won't collapse halfway through videoing. Yeah, so I come up with this really good idea. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but so I can still use this because I'm tight. I'm a Yorkshireman. We don't put heating on until late December, and it goes off at the beginning of January. So we're tight. I didn't want to get rid of this or upgrade it. I wanted to use it still. And we're having an inverter already in it, the solar panel connection, so you can just plug solar panels straight into it. I had to adapt the connector to fit my solar panels, which is not really that complicated. Most people can do it. And it works fine. What was the point I was getting to? What are I getting to? What are I doing?
I don't know, I've been focusing on the figures.
Oh, yeah, to get it to work with this, because I didn't want to get rid of this. Although it would be nice to get a new one. So the good thing is about this is the solar panels can charge this up through the day, and I can run stuff off this. And at night I can rely on this because this is a 100 amp DC house battery. I've seen a few reviews on these on YouTube, but there's nothing really that major, you know, just a few basic things. So this is how I get it all to work, what I'm going to explain next. For a weekend warrior, I would say this is good. For a van lifer, maybe not enough power if you're constantly in the van all the time. Through summer, yeah, probably, but through winter, probably not, unless you've got some kind of access to electric, or your solar panels can somehow generate hundreds of watts in this rubbish weather that we keep getting, which I very much doubt they can. So, stop it. With this system, I don't have to connect B2Bs and solar regulators and massive fuses and everything else that's in between and complicates everything, and have this rake fancy setup, because, you know, I mean, that's fine if you're if that's what you're wanting to do, but like some van lifers are fitting like 600 amp batteries and lithium, and they're fitting two of them, and I think, what are they powering? They're powering Wembley Stadium or like that were a kind of a joke with another YouTuber, which not a dig or all like that. But I mean, if you live in it, you do need the power. But how much power do you actually need? Because I've seen some YouTubers and their systems are massive. They must be powering full-on halogen ovens and stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't, even if I were a normal van life. I wouldn't do that. Good things about this system I've made is I can take it all out of my van. I can unplug it, it's all plug and play. I can just take it all out and just go and stick it in house, or stick it somewhere else, put it in cab, charge it up, whatever. So let's get down to this. So we'll go on to this 100 amp. So we've got two terminals on top here, if you can see. Turn it this way. Grab the gimbal. Two terminals on top. The gimbal. And then the good part, it's got its own battery management system inside. It's got an on-off switch. Don't connect to Wi-Fi, and it ain't got a heater in it. So it's good to take it out if we've got freezing cold weather. But if we look here, look. Hold up. Let me just angle the camera down, if it will, or up. So here, on-off switch, we've got a Type C, a USB out, and we've got one of them 12 volt connectors. I think it's 55 2.5 millimeter. But this Type C and this one, you can charge back through to it. So you can charge the battery up through a Type C and a 12 volt. You can't through the USB. Or if you had a lithium charger, you can charge it this way as well. I saw a guy on the internet charging this with solar panels. I'm not too sure you can do that, so I'm not going to do it. So, right. So this is the interesting part. Is I've got a car charger for this. Let me just adjust this, because I've got a car charger for this, so which is this lead here. Here's a car charger, which fits in here, like so. Now this is where everyone is going to get really angry with me and upset and call me names and
What's that?
it's a lead.
No,
It's a microphone. So usually what we do with these setups is we put black to red and red to black. Joking. It's crocodile clips. I have ordered a better cable, by the way, before everyone gets upset. The cable that I've ordered has got a fuse on it, a 20 amp fuse, so we're safe. This one ain't got a fuse on. But I don't. I'll set myself on fire probably. But I've only get my hand out of the way. I've only been using this while I'm in the van. I don't leave it hooked up when I'm not in. So here we go. Black to red. Get that better connection on that too. I'll stand them up. There we are. Then car charger into here. This is like a Frankenstein moment when he like puts it in and Frankenstein comes alive. Into
that
it.
guy on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that guy on YouTube with electric, always getting electric shocks. If you can see here, it's starting to charge. There we are. It's got about 8 amps. I've set it to 8 amps. So it's dragging 8 amps a minute out of this battery to charge this one. Which is brilliant for night time. It's a nice trickle charge back into this one. I can set it lower to 6 amps by the app. So at night that's alright. If diesel is running, I put diesel on low, it'll just run all night, it's fine. Because this does have its own power as well. So it's, you know, it's doubling up sort of thing. Now the interesting thing is, you've seen that. Take that off. Lick my fingers. Unplug that. Great. I know the newer versions of these have 2 of these ports. I can't remember what they're calling now. So you could have solar panels and that going in, but I don't think I really need that. So this. It says it charges up through a Type C. This is the interesting part. So, through the day, while this is taking power in through the solar panels, what I am going to do, and I've already been doing it, is putting it on the fast charge, turning the battery on, plugging it into the Type C, and if you'll see, it starts charging this one up. Flashing means it's charging. The good thing is with the EcoFlow, I can see how much is actually going into it. 19 watts. Now this is where everyone's going to be like, oh, for 19 watts it'll never charge you up. All day in summer, because remember I'm a weekend warrior, so all day in summer.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because weekend warriors just go out on a weekend, we don't live in the van.
Oh.
So if I left this plugged in, so if I finish for this for the night and then just attach this and and plug the solar panels in, as soon as it gets light in the morning in summer, which is quite early, it starts charging this back up while still charging this. That's got all day to charge up. 19 watts isn't a lot of power, which I understand that. So this is where this one comes in here. See it all light up, Christmas tree. Unplug that one. This is a short cable as well. Plug that in. Now it's coming from cigarette lighter now. Cigarette 12 volt socket. It should go up to 35. So this is now taking 35 watts in, which is better. It'll charge up obviously a lot quicker. But it's a nice gentle charge, which that's good. We don't want to be firing loads of amps into batteries, which is nice. So yeah, we get a nice trickle charge up into this one from this one, and at night we can reverse it. So this one's now charging this one. This cost, I got this for £200 a couple of years ago on some kind of offer, and I've just recently bought this one for £200. I think it was off Amazon. That's 400 quid. That's a pretty cheap system if you ask me. Yeah, alright, make sure you get your fuses in line and stuff, but other than that, I don't see any other systems on the market cheaper than that. Really. We're actually watching another YouTuber and he does a similar thing when he goes camping, but he's got a bigger battery. He's got a bit more room than I have. And he does a similar sort of thing, but I didn't see him reverse it because he just had a normal lithium battery. He didn't have one of these where you can plug things in. So yeah, I think this DC house battery is pretty good, even if it were a backup. Say you've got some lithium batteries already set up in your camper. I think it'd be a good backup just to have knocking about. even if you need to charge your phone up or just power something. So that kind of that's kind of the setup. That's what I'm using at the minute, and it works well. I think it works well. Well, I'm still here. I'm not dead, and the van's not on fire. So yeah, no. I was going on about YouTubers and needing loads of power. I mean, people do whatever they want. There's no against them. It doesn't matter, you know, whatever. I just look for the simplest way to do things. I think simple is easy, and it keeps it simple and it keeps it easy. I mean, this will go. It says it's got a peak power 1800 watts, but I've boiled a 600 watt kettle off it, and it takes nearly all power out of it, about half the power, depending on how much water you put in it. If you put just a cup of water in, then it'll boil it pretty quick. I don't think it's really good for it, to be fair, so don't do it. So 600 watts in this. I don't know what you'd be using anymore in a van that's 600 watts. For me, I ain't exactly got widescreen plasma tellies in here or electric ovens, so if I were to use anything that consumed a lot of power, I would probably run it through 12 volt, because you can get these like 12 volt ovens, 24 volt ovens. Then I've seen them ones for trucks. I've seen them pans as well, but I don't know how good they are. I might have to get one of them and let people know how good they are. I think I might get one, about 50 quid I think, but I'm tight, remember, so I'll have to save up for that. And I'll run it off, say this. I've got that better lead coming, so I'll do that. So yeah, this is my system, and this is how I get it to work. If you're wondering why my light's still working, I've actually got one of them little, I've got one of them things that connects to the top of a Makita battery. But it gives you like so much, like, you know, it gives you 240 volts, and it gives you USB that you always put in right way around, and then wrong way, and then right way again. And that's how I'm just powering this light at the minute. But I think they're really good for emergencies. That's why I keep well, when we go camping, I keep the batteries in the van. I don't keep them in all the time, because they'll probably get broke into. I take these out as well. I don't want to get anyone any excuse to break into my van. So these come out. Obviously, for a van life, I've been in van all the time, so I won't need to take them out. But then you run at risk if you go somewhere and leave your van parked up, which I've known a lot of YouTubers get really paranoid about, which I can understand. Their whole life's in a van. So yeah, good thing is with chargers are these charge up in an hour as well. I've got a twin charger, so if you go somewhere and the charger's pretty big, you can get them charged up pretty fast, just as a backup, you know. If you get a little inverter as well, they will charge up off a socket on the car while you're driving, but you can only charge one battery on a little inverter. I won't try and charge any more than that, because I don't know if it'll start melting cables behind the dashboard, so I've not done the math on it, so I don't know. What? You're just staring at me.
Funny.
You're funny. You're funny looking. Let's get drinking my brew, and I'll carry on gabbling, but I'll try and keep it as short as possible. I saw, I think it was Roads Home, they took one of these and took Witherspoons with them in a bag and charged it, which is a proper covert operation, you know, which it is. That's the good thing about these. You could get it, you know, wherever and stick it and plug it in, and it can be charged up in an hour. But I've got it set to 2 hours to charge, because I don't want to race battery to death on them. I always got told if you don't drop them all the way to, you know, lower than 20% and don't charge them all the way up, apparently they'll last a lot longer. Don't know how long, quote me, but that's what I heard. But that's a good thing about the EcoFlow, is you can, it's small, you can conceal it in the bag, and then charge it up secretly in places. So that's a plus. I mean, even if you charge that up and exchange that power, I know it's not efficient, but exchange that power into that one and just use that one, because remember it's 12.8 volts, so you could just technically run a lot of stuff off that if you've just got 12 volt. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I've done something wrong. Let's see your setups. Comment, you know, give me grief if you want to, do whatever you want. It's a free country and all, well, sometimes. Yeah, so we'll catch you in the next video. See you later. Say bye, Red Hulk.